In 2004, the first ever WWE game to go online was released. It was SmackDown vs RAW for the PS2. This was back when online gaming was still pretty new, back when I didn't even know what the fucking Ethernet cable was, let alone how to plug it into my PS2. But it was during the online video game explosion. SVR actually dropped the same year as Halo 2 took over the world, and from then on out, every single WWE game released had an online mode. Eventually, 07 was the first one to hit Xbox Live on the 360, bringing in so many new players, and then 08 was the first one on PlayStation Network. And the first ever WWE game I ever played online was SVR 09. I was 10 years old and got the game the day it came out for the PS3, and I played through all the modes and did everything you could possibly do in that game until there was nothing left. Not like there was much to do anyway, but I did everything I could. And then one day after basically completing the game, I finally decided to press X on the online mode that was on the main menu. See, SVR 09 wasn't just the first WWE game I ever played online, this was the first game I ever played online. I signed in with PSN, I somehow got into a match, I'm pretty sure I chose Randy Orton or something. I was excited, I was amped, I'm finally gonna play SVR online, I was so ready. The match started, and to this day, the WWE online community is one of the most toxic, one of the most stupid, just mentally challenged communities I have seen in my life. Listen, I grew up in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. I grew up in lobbies where I was getting told my mom's a whore, that I should have been aborted, all of that, but nothing annoyed me more growing up than the WWE online community. Because it was WWE, bro. I started playing SVR 09 online back in 2008, and the shit that people would do in this game to win didn't make any sense. These people would just find the most random glitches, the most random ways to hack, to cheese, to be toxic just to win. For no reason. Like, we were playing WWE in 2009. Nobody cared about this game. There was no clout for winning in this or being in the leaderboards. This game was meaningless. But nah, these kids were mental. Yo, you would pull up in a match and you would just see the ugliest created wrestlers ever, just covered in tattoos and hoodies and masks, and these sweats, these tryhards. First of all, they all had the same usernames: XX my mom should have swallowed, XX, or X I am brain dead, X with the numbers instead of letters, and they would just do anything to win. SVR 09 was the game with the infamous freeze glitch, where if you went over your opponent and you punched the air while holding R1, you could freeze your opponent. So every single match you joined, there was a 99.9% chance you were getting frozen. If it's a ladder match, yo, just get your opponent down, freeze him, go get the thing, you win, GG. If it's a tag team match, bro, God forbid you get frozen because it's a wrap. While you're frozen, they're just gonna go run a train on your partner and you're not winning. Every match just became a freeze off, but no, that's not all. No, we're just getting started. 09 was also the year Create a Finisher was introduced. See, everyone offline was having fun creating these finishers, these wacky little things, you know, pretty cool, right? But yo, if you played online, oh my god, this was the worst thing that could have ever happened to the game. These bozos found a way to make a creative finisher so OP that all you had to do was hit it once and you could take someone who had no damage and instantly make them red, and you're gonna win the match right then and there. Legit, one finisher, your body's red, it is over. So if you're in a match and your opponent even had a finisher, just quit. What's the point of playing? There was so much toxicity in these games. Hey, you're versing someone who you know is gonna beat you, you know, you're probably gonna lose. Instead of fighting, why don't you just go outside and just keep taunting with the crowd? That way they can't hurt you. You just keep taunting and just pray they quit the match or disconnect. People would dead ass spend hours doing this. Instead of losing, instead of just taking the L, they would go out there and taunt and spam the right D-pad button for hours. And the other guy couldn't do anything, he just had to watch. What kind of behavior is this? Or even better, if you think you're gonna lose, right? Instead of wasting time spamming that, why not just glitch into the crowd and chill there? Yo, for the longest time before I knew how to get into the crowd, people would do this and I would just be there like, yo, like what? And these idiots would leave their PlayStations on for like 10 hours just so when you quit, they would get the win. For 10 hours, they would just sit there, they would just stand in the crowd. I have never to this day seen this amount of toxicity in a video game. You just had to have been there. SVR 09 was a war zone. This was so toxic, so annoying. You would think that SmackDown vs RAW online was a real sport and they were trying out for the Olympics the way these people would sweat it out. SVR online was just brain dead, but the thing is, I can't lie, I was so addicted to this, it was literally a crippling addiction. I would play this game online so much. Before Modern Warfare 2 came later in the year, this was my life. I wanted to be beat these kids and noobs so much. It literally gave me the biggest satisfaction getting a win over these losers. I used to play 09 online so much. I made online friends in this game that were just random kids from the middle of nowhere. Bro, I had a random hillbillies from Alabama that became my friends, and we were in like a tag team having gang wars against these sweats. Trust me, yo, me and Cletus used to put in work. I was so addicted and it got so bad. At one point, my mom even took away my PS3 from me because I would play this all day, every day, and my grades just went down once I discovered this game had online. But yo, you couldn't blame me. I needed to avenge my losses against these tryhards. My livelihood was on the line every single time I joined a lobby. Fast forward to SVR 2010 and it was the same thing, just hackers, glitches, cheating, nothing changed. But of course, I still got the game and I still played it like every single day. And what I remember the most about SVR 10 online was this stupid headbutt. Every single match online, every single match, these kids were doing this stupid headbutt. The match starts, headbutt. You're in danger, headbutt. Your mom's about to die, headbutt. And when somehow the headbutt doesn't work, it's fine. Triple H jumping knee. This stupid Triple H jumping knee was spammed so much it didn't make any sense. I swear all these matches were headbutt, jumping knee, running grapple, another headbutt, and rolling around, rinse and repeat. It was just so stupid. Like, yo, just look at this gameplay and just look at how stupid this looks. When I watch this footage back and I think back to it, I can't believe we used to play this and take it so seriously. The amount of toxicity in my inbox would leave today's generation scarred. But nah, yo, some of these glitches were so foul that it still leaves me confused. Like, how did you even find this? How long did you sit there trying to find this glitch? Like, bro, this shouldn't even be possible in a game. It was just so sweaty that words can't describe it, and this is what we grew up with, sadly. Me and my online friends were just getting clapped by this and doing it back. Notice how I said online friends? Cause yo, there was no way any of my real life friends were gonna play online WWE with me. So now it was just me and random people from France, random people from Australia, Alabama, Nebraska, just the most random people I could find teaming up. We were out there in the trenches, man. Normal kids were playing zombies and Black Ops and normal games online, and yo, we would too. But at the end of the day, we always just had this nasty, this crippling, just disgusting addiction that brought us back to the WWE games every year just to play online and be a part of this for some reason. As the years went by, the WWE games online just stayed stupid. SVR 11, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, you had kids making finishers that would freeze you. No more punching the air, now you just do a finisher, do a few backflips and shit, and there you go, you're frozen. And you had more jumping knees, and if that wasn't enough for you, if that wasn't sweaty enough for you, some idiot discovered a way to make invisible created wrestlers. So not only did we deal with clowns looking like this, now we also had invisible idiots. Imagine it's your first time playing this game online and you just see this. It didn't make any sense. It never stopped. Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, there were irreversible moves, there was freeze glitches, crowd glitches, invisible people. Like, bro, what is this, SpongeBob? Is there an invisible boatmobile coming soon? Yo, I'm telling you, it was literally a war zone. It never stopped. SVR 11 was the last one I took seriously online, and then I slowly kind of stepped away. And as the games became WWE 12 and 13, and eventually even when I reached 2K14, I just wasn't too active in them. I just went so tryhard from 09 to 11 that I was burnt out, but I would still come online every now and then and try to play those games. I don't remember much, but trust me, nothing changed. But yeah, as I was getting older, I just wasn't sweaty enough for the grind anymore. I was playing other games, I was actually going outside. I didn't have time to sweat it out in WWE 2K14. I remember trying to play 2K15 online on the PS4 when that came out, but that barely worked because they didn't even have lobbies in the game. And then eventually 16 came out and 17, and honestly they just really weren't games that I wanted to play online. I never felt like I should play online, I never wanted to, and if I ever did play online, it was just with my friends. And by 2018 and 19, it had been 10 years since my SVR09 debut, and by that, I honestly thought my days of playing WWE online were over. Thank God. Online wasn't supported, there was no lobbies. 2K20 was, 2K20. The last thing I want to do is play this online and my house burns down. For a good 7-8 years, I didn't play any of them seriously online. It was a hell of a run, but the run was over. But fast forward to 2022 and WWE 2K22 was released, and this game was a breath of fresh air, a WWE game that was and is actually fun for the first time in a long time. It was a great return to form, and I was having so much fun playing offline, I started getting that itch like, yo, it'd be nice to make that return online. I had that itch like a crack fiend. I literally had that itch again. I told you I was addicted in 2010 and 2011, and the addiction never went away. So at this point I was ready, I was excited. I'm like, all right, let's go play some WWE 2K22 online. Now I am 23 years old. I am no longer 10 years old. I'm grown, and everyone else who is playing this is probably grown too, right? It's time to have some fun. Let's have some classic 5-star bangers. I was so excited. There were so many cool characters that I wanted to play with. I was so amped, and this fucking community is exactly the same. Nah, you know what? It is probably even worse. 13 years later, 13 years from my debut, I make my return, and in 2022, for some reason, these kids are out here sweating it out like in ways that make SVR09 players look like angels. Yo, these idiots have no shame. First of all, everyone's created wrestlers still look so stupid. Like, bro, what is this, man? My brother in Christ, it is not 2009 anymore. What are you doing? But nah, these idiots are shameless these days. When this game came out, there were so many glitches that were in this game that it was shocking how this was even left in here. In 2K22, if you wanted to freeze your opponent, you know, you didn't have to make a finisher like SVR11. You didn't have to punch the air. It wasn't some crazy thing that took forever to find out, you know, all this testing and everything. No, now you just take your opponent, put him on the barricade, and you punch him. And he's frozen forever. How the f was this not tested by 2K? Yeah, bro, you literally just take anyone you want, put him on the barricade, you punch him, and he's frozen. Boom, easy count out win. There you go. What? The fact that freezing someone was so easy. You didn't need any special move, any special punch. You didn't need anything. You just punch a guy on the barricade and he's frozen. My mind was blown. And so many people would abuse this. Every time I went online, they're just trying to throw me out the ring and freeze me. And I'm like, yo, what is the point, my guy? It is 2022. What is the point in this? How is this fun? What is this accomplished? Like, oh my god, you're 500-0 in 2K22. Great. Like, what are you gonna do with that information? Are you gonna put on your Tinder bio? Hey ladies, 500-0 in 2K22. Ask about me. But wait. You think that's bad? Nah, I told you, they are shameless out here. At least that one kind of makes sense, right? It's a count out win. At least there's logic. You couldn't beat the 10 count, whether right or wrong, you know, you're frozen, whatever. At the end of the day, you didn't get back in the ring and you lost. Makes sense, right? But yo, there are people out there making custom glitch matches where the only way to win is to get counted out. Huh? I was playing a match and I'm like, okay, this is fine. He's Vader, I'm Andre the Giant, and this guy kept running outside and I let him, right? I'm like, I'm not gonna chase you. It is what it is. You do your thing. Either you get counted out or you come back in here and I beat you up. Me apparently, because I lost even though he got counted out. How does that make any sense? There was a 5 count and he won even though he was the one outside the ring. Bruv, it's WWE. It is not that serious. Like, out of every single video game out there, out of every game, why do people need to try hard in WWE? Like, please just go outside, go get some vitamin D, you Gollum looking mother Canuckers. Like, nothing has changed. These kids pull up in these matches and just spam the same moves over and over again, moves you can't reverse. Just look at this. This is what 2K22 online is like. These bozos just go in there and just start jumping around, doing 360s, looking like a bunch of Beyblades. I don't even know how people find half of these things. Just look at this. So there's a cage match and Alexa Bliss just glitches out and somehow wins a cage match for sitting in the corner. Like, I don't know what's worse. The fact that some bozo sat there for hours trying to figure this one out, or the fact that this is in the game in the first place. But nothing annoyed me more than these bozos right here. Yo, this one got me tilted towers. This one's gonna make you tilted, I promise you. The people that annoyed me the most were the ones that went around with their ugly ass created wrestlers and did the instant win glitch. Luckily it's patched, but for a good month there was a way to win every single match online by triggering this animation, which basically tricked the game into thinking you were escaping the cage. There is no cage. Guaranteed wins, easy dubs, there you go. It made no sense. How does this happen? How do you trigger this? 2K, how do you leave this in here? And it got so out of hand that you could simply walk into an elimination chamber match and wipe out the whole lobby like it's nothing by doing this weird little exorcism dance. It was so bad. This is probably the peak of the worst glitch I've ever seen in a wrestling game. And it's just annoying because I get it, okay? People cheat and hack in every single game. You name a game, someone's try to hack it, someone try to glitch it. I get it, it's life. But bro, it's wrestling. It's fake. None of this matters. Nobody cares. Like, fam, this is the most useless game you could cheat in because there's no cloud associated with this. Nobody cares. Like, this is the equivalent of cheating and glitching in iMessage games for some reason. What is wrong with you? Get some help. It doesn't matter if it's 2009 or 2022, a PS5 or a PS3, the WWE online community is and forever will be the most broken, most toxic, just the most brain dead community I have ever seen in my life. It's such a tiny community too. It's not like millions and millions of people play online. It's such a tiny community, yet it's filled with idiots. And also, obviously, we gotta blame the people who make this shit. I don't understand how Ukes, 2K, THQ, everyone and their mom has made these games apparently, but no one can make a decent game that isn't easily glitched. I just don't get it. Why sweat and try so hard in a game that 99.9% of the world does not care about? It just makes it even more stupid. At least go sweat it out in a game that matters. Like, yo, go play Fortnite and become some god tier builder. At least you might actually win something. But nah, I'ma just spam splashes over and over again in 2K22 because my mom doesn't love me. The more things change, the more they stay the same. But yeah, regardless, I must say, I do get very nostalgic about the 2009, 2010, and 2011 run. I used to be a little kid playing on PSN and I made so many friends. We were so young, we had all these tag teams and these group chats, and we would take such pride in beating these hackers and noobs. I hope everyone on my friends list from back then is doing well, is living life, and I hope they have good memories of that time period too. For 2 years, man, those guys were my homies, and I'll never forget it. I miss those days. Those fun times. But yeah, I know a lot of people that watched this video didn't really grow up playing the online games. Well, hopefully you learned something new and, you know, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you did play these games online, hopefully it was a nice trip down memory lane and hopefully you got a little nostalgic. It's crazy, man. The WWE online community will never change. But hey, it's all good. At the end of the day, it's just a stupid wrestling game. Anyway, guys, it's your boy Pav, aka Wrestling Ifs. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. It's a super random video, but I love making it. It was super nostalgic for me and it was a very fun time. I'll see you guys soon for another one, but till then, I'm out of here. Take it easy. I hope everyone's having a great summer and I hope everyone is blessed. All right, take it easy, guys. See you guys soon. Okay, later.